Good evening, with me, Eric the Plasterer. Right, settle down and get yourselves comfortable. Just wait for the regulars to turn up, and anyone new that's coming in this evening, we will a little bit later be popping over to the cosy Hawk and Trowel to have some chat and to ask me any questions, plastering related questions or anything else for that matter. I've been a plasterer in South London for the last 38 years. There's not a lot I don't know about plastering, and anything I don't know I ask Kirk Johnstone. Good evening, make yourselves at home, put your feet up, put your slippers on, relax, get yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, a pint of beer, whiskey, because in a little while we'll be popping over to the pub. Just making a few notes so I don't forget things, which is normally everything. Right. I haven't got the glasses up here, so hopefully I won't need them. Hey there, Mark. Alright, my dear, are you all ready? You settled down in front of the log burner without the logs in it yet? Because it's still pretty warm here in London, so I'm assuming over in Northern Ireland, mate, it's still quite pleasant. It's not log burner yet, is it, mate? Not log burner yet. I've got my beer glass ready. I've got my beer. I'm ready to rock and roll. Hey. Good evening, boys and girls. If you've just joined us, I'm Eric the Plasterer. This is Ask the Plasterer, coming to you live, unless you're watching the recording, live from London. We'll be moving from the River Thames in a little while to the old Hawk and Trowel community boozer, where me and a lot of the other guys get together and just relax and have a chat. It's you can ask questions, but it's not too intense. It's about relaxing at the end of a hopefully a hectic or a busy at least Monday, for the spreads out there, for the DIYers, for the time served tradesmen, for the newbies into the trade. Welcome along, welcome along. I've got a few people on YouTube, a couple of people on Facebook. That's probably family. Going, oh, Eric's on again. Quick, turn him off. Let's put the telly on. Everything seems to be working okay this evening, and I'm assuming you can hear me okay. Hang on. Oh no, wrong button. Wrong button. Hang on. Ah. Right, Jamie, hey, cold and wet up here. Oh mate, it's I'm a bit sweating, but it's probably all the lights I got around this computer that are doing it. Not yet, mate. No log burning on yet. James, evening, mate. Mike, evening, evening. Ah. Should I save me beer till I get in the pub? Yeah. Why not? Are you all ready? You kind of settled down and ready for a bit of chat? Should we move straight across to the pub? Why not? Why not? Here we go. Ooh, hey! By the magic of technology, welcome to the community boozer, the old Hawk and Trowel. Right, excuse me while I am. This evening it's not the punk IPA. We've got a little bit of Strongbow, or Wobble Knots, as it is backwards. Come on, Rick, bring your use your glass. That's it. I don't like you drinking out of the cans or bottles in this pub. It's got to be in a glass, otherwise you might get thrown out. Yep, let's put that down there. Put that over there. How's everybody? You want a busy day today? I think a few have been getting rained off doing the outside work. I've been fortunate to be off today, but I did have to get up at 5:30 to make the missus a coffee, because at least 3 days a week she's got to get into town and she's driving, so to miss the traffic. She leaves about 6, so I'll get up at 5:30, make a coffee, and then we both kind of drink that, fall out of bed, and crack on with the day. And I had 2 jobs to look at today, and they both came in. They both came in yesterday. Both contacted me yesterday, and I thought, get them both out of the way. One over in Kingston, one sort of Tooting way, so not next door to each other. But anyway, went and looked at them. They're like 2 rooms on one job and another room in another job, and I thought I'll get on the ball, because I'm not normally do my quotes when I get back, which I did, and and they both got accepted not long after that. So went there this morning, did the quotes this afternoon, got the quotes accepted a little bit later this afternoon. So that was good. Fill up the diary now. Now the nights are drawing in and the winter's coming. Ooh. Right, where are we? Oh. But yeah, even though documenting reality. Hi, do you think Knauf? It's Knauf apparently. There's a lot of debate if it's North, Knauf, and I'm only thinking it is Knauf because the radio advert for Knauf, they call it Knauf. I thought everybody just called it North, but they don't. So it's Knauf apparently at this moment in time. But anything could change, because sometimes in these adverts they change the name halfway through, or the way they pronounce it, like IKEA. It's IKEA now. And what's the other one? Oh, not the Japanese car. Anyway, I digress. Daihatsu. Oh, doesn't matter. I'll remember later. Sorry. Do I think North Pro products have no place in plastering? The only Knauf stuff I ever use is the boards, the plaster boards, because for me they're more or less the same as the gypsum ones. Their actual plaster products I have never really used. I've used kind of one coat plasters before that are meant to cover everything. I can't remember if they were Knauf or not, but couldn't get the hang of them, and they were over here for a while, going back quite a few years. Quite a few guys liked it, got used to it, and then because it didn't sell very well, it was pulled off the British shelves in any large quantities, so it was harder to get hold of the one coat like universal stuff. So yeah, so no, I'm not that keen on Knauf stuff unless it is the boards. Got no problem with the boards, but the other stuff, not currently for me. On the continent, they skim with stuff similar to Easy Fill. I've seen a lot of stuff on continent and on different, because so many places it's either just like a dry lined affair with the old drywall taping and jointing, and on a different, whether it was some places in Russia and other places, European places, they do put a lot of stuff on with a roller. It tends to be a white kind of mix, and then they skim it off with a spatula to smooth it out and kind of take it from there. But yeah, it is all very different. It's all very different. Do you think it would be acceptable for a handyman to skim with Knauf or Easy Fill? Not well. When it comes to skimming, if you're patching something up, I wouldn't do a whole wall with Easy Fill. Apart from the fact it's really expensive for how far it would go. Yeah, it's just not really a skimming type product at the end of the day. It is mostly for filling in and sanding down. An awful lot of decorators use Easy Fill because, as the name suggests, it's quite easy gear to use, and generally it's bought as the powder and then mixed when you need it, rather than any pre-mixed stuff in a tub. But yeah, wouldn't use it for skimming. as a handyman, it might be, I don't know how many other people's videos you've watched about trying to use skim, or I don't know where you are documenting reality. Are you you in Europe or are you in the UK? Mm. Mark, I haven't even seen canal falls for years. We got a bad batch in the 90s. Hundreds of ceilings failed. Nightmare. Oh, in the UK. Right. Yeah. No. Mark, canal boards. Yeah. I've had. Well, I've had no problems with the ones I've used. I think 9 times out of 10, I've got gyprock boards, but I have often bought boards and kind of thought, oh, they're canal ones, but I haven't had any problems or comebacks from any of my customers with them. But as you say, if dodgy batch, mate. But it's like you've got the nice car light over there still, haven't you? And getting that in the UK is a lot more difficult, but it's all the only skim you seem to have over there, which I'd love to get a few bags out again, but it's not easy to come by. Documenting reality in the UK, but I know some decorators skim whole walls with easy fill. They say it's easier to skim whole rather than fill parts of the wall where the paint is peeled off. Yeah, I mean, if you're from a decorator's point of view, you can cover a large. It depends on the state of the wall. If I'm honest with you, if a wall is really badly cracked up and a bit ickledy-pickledy, to use the technical term, then trying to cover it all with easy fill is, and then of course also with easy fill, 9 times out of 10 you have to sand it down after it's all gone off. But I would say for small walls, possibly, but if I was a decorator and there was a whole room that needed skimming, unless the customers were quite happy to pay the arm and leg it would probably cost for the amount of time it would take to do that, I'd get a plasterer in, or get a plasterer to sort that out. I mean, literally one of the jobs I'm doing, that I looked at today, that I'm doing next week, is a decorator in there. He's stripping it all off. There's some big cracks in the wall. The woman, I've worked for her before, she knows that I'll get round the room, get the whole thing skimmed in a day. Decorator's got other bits and pieces. I think he's working on the ceiling because I'm not doing that. And while that dries out, won't take very long, especially while it's still quite fairly warm during the day. And then he can crack on and paint it, rather than what might be involved with him, covering it all with easy fill or whatever. But if you can cover a wall with easy fill, a fairly big one, and get it looking nice enough so that when it's painted it looks great, then fair enough. If it's for yourself, then obviously you won't have a customer complaining about anything. But if it's for a customer, then purely depends how good a finish you get, how long it takes you, whether you can get enough money for doing it. If you haven't noticed already, guys, and I think most of you have seen them, Rendivate with Joel when he was talking to Carl. I can't read his surname without the glasses on. That was a fantastic interview. There's not a lot that, for anyone that doesn't know him, that Joel doesn't know about spray rendering and all the different rendering machines that you can use. Now, as spraying on render is becoming more popular than it's ever been before, Joel is your man, and his channel, Rendivate, covers all that kind of stuff. He has a live stream every Wednesday evening. I'm pretty sure it's from 7, and there's loads of stuff on there. He's got some great interviews on there, and as I say, there's not a lot he doesn't know about outdoor rendering and about the machines that you need to do a good job. Edinburgh, guys, the great Spreads meetup, May the 20th, 2024. Yeah, that's May the 20th onward. From then is the official date we are meeting up. So if you haven't already, put that in the diary. For those of you that don't know, we had a Spreads meetup in Edinburgh last year, and it was a roaring success, and it was a good time was had by all, and all the guys that did go are very keen to go back again next year in May. So yeah, that's just one of the little plasterers bunkers, as we called it, where we did a live stream from, and just got to meet each other in the flesh. And it is true that, I mean, it's nice to meet each other in the flesh, but because a lot of us have known each other via this Tinternet, you do feel like you know everybody anyway, which was great. And it was nice to meet up, go out for some drinks, go out to eat, and just explore the beautiful town of Edinburgh. So that is on again, Great Spreads Meetup, or Plasterers Convention, if you're trying to convince your missus you need to go. Edinburgh, May 20th onwards, for around about a week. Different guys go for different lengths of time. But anywho, so I'll be going along to that. And when it pops around again in a minute, which it definitely will. Oh, hang on. In the meantime, sorry, Documenting Reality. That's a long name you got there, Documenting Reality. I might just call you DR or Doctor. I might call you Doctor from now on. Doctor, do you think a sole trader is better registered as a limited company or not? No, to be honest with you. Yeah, no. As a sole trader, it's really not worth becoming a limited company. At the end of the day, if you're starting to build a business up, there's pros and cons that go with being limited or not limited. But for a sole trader, it's there's no kind of pros in it. So yeah. So my personal opinion is no, don't want to become a limited company. You just want, as a sole trader, you just want to be a self-employed sole trader, and take it from there. If you want to build up a business or whatever, then look at something going limited later on if you had quite a few guys working for you, and when you get that registered and all the rest of it. But yeah. Oh yeah, as well, Easy Mix now available online at B&Q. I don't think they've actually got it on the shelves in there, but that's great for Mark Shepherd. Evening, Mark, if you're around or seeing this at some point. Yeah, it's great to be able to get the gear in, well, more or less anywhere now, and be able to get it like from B&Q is a plus as well. So hopefully at some point they'll be on the old shelves. Speaking of B&Q, my B&Q, which I got, it's meant to have been shutting down for the last 2 years. That's his B&Q in Sutton, and meant to have been shutting down for the last couple of years. And I heard very recently it was shutting down in November. So I thought, oh right, okay, I better go and get me stuff and make an inquiry just out of curiosity whether how much longer I can go there to pick up the gear, because it's quite near to me, so I like it and I've used it for years. And he said, oh yeah, not till June now. So you're going right through Christmas, right through the spring, and yeah, it'll still be there in the summer of 2024. So and then it might possibly go around again, I don't know. I think they're being curious after selling the land for more flats. There's not enough in Sutton already, and there's some new hotels been built in Sutton as well, and I really don't understand why. Don't get me wrong, Sutton's okay, but it's just a little town, not very far from Croydon. But and it's got a couple of big hotels anyway, so it's why they built a brand new one. Big skyscraper jobby. I've no idea. So when B&Q finally sell up, whether that'll become flats that aren't affordable or another hotel, I'll have to wait and see. Oh, and Jamie Orr, Let's Talk Cork. Yep, that's another podcast that he did with Stuart Roberts from Trail Talk on I don't know when it was, but anyway, it's available and that's worth watching. It's after watching actually that podcast, that interview with Stuart, and that I seriously considered having a good look at it, because if you don't know and you're into plastering, it's literally a spray cork that you can spray on as a backing, which like insulates, helps stop with condensation. I don't know all the details because I've only really learned what I learned from watching that a couple of nights back. So definitely one worth watching. Joel, evening, brother. I'm all right. I'm all right, pal. I'm all right. I was just telling. I don't know if he was there. I was just telling everyone about that really great renderer, Joel Cook at Rendervate, that knows everything about machines. There is spray and render, and there's not a lot he doesn't know. So I've got your podcast interview up there. It'll pop up again in a minute. There you go. With Carl. I can't remember that McMahon, is that, mate? I didn't bring the glasses up, so I can just about read the big words on the screen. Yeah, we're learning all the time, bruv, aren't you? I mean, you never kind of know everything. I mean, I've been at it pushing nearly 39 years now, mate, and I've got a Stuart's mentoring course because I realised that, and there's a lot of things that Kirk comes out with, and I think, oh, that's a good idea. I've never thought of that. And he has the knowledge, considering I was plastering before Kirk was born. He has the knowledge of a bloke of about 150 when it comes to spreading. But he's flying on his channel. I mean, I knew he would from the start. He's just got that personality, and people love him. God bless him. Yeah. No, I've been enjoying watching your last couple of interviews, mate. With me old, as I said, with me old curry on my lap, and because that particular night, the missus had been babysitting for my daughter, for my oldest, so and stops over, so I can, I've got the house to myself, put my feet up, get you on the big screen, and have me curry, have a beer. Oh, lovely. And now the nights are drawing in. Now the community boozer, the old Auckland Trail's getting a bit more cosy again, rather than it being baking hot sun outside. as winter draws in, the night draws in, it gets cold and it rains, and you can get the fire on, and I just chill out, and obviously chill out here with the rest of the guys, and me, of course. Oh yeah, mate. I mean, a little while ago I watched one of Kirk's Sunday nights, but on repeat in the daytime when I was at work, and it was only about 11 o'clock in the morning, and I just suddenly listening to the currying, and I just suddenly made me really think, oh God, I could murder a curry. And I don't even normally stop for lunch when I'm at work, so the thought of like going out and getting a curry at sort of 11 o'clock in the morning, I didn't do it, but I was very tempted. Yeah. Mike, hello mate. Hi Eric. I've plastered and painted my chimney breast, and at the bottom of the bead, I'm getting white showing through. Any ideas? The paint is purple sheen. The only white I could think it would be getting through, mate, is the salts out of the plaster or out of the brickwork, bleeding through the plaster and then coming through your paint. Yeah. Is it? I mean, if you rub it with your fingers, does it come off? If it does, then it'll be, or the surface of it anyway. If it's dusty white on your fingers, then there'll be salts coming through, normally from the brickwork, because if you notice sometimes, well, oftentimes, you can check out a brick wall. It can happen anywhere, and you can see all that white salts coming through on it. And sometimes, when that's happening, you can treat it and stuff. I don't mean your bit, but I mean like big exterior brick wall. But if it gets major salt issues coming through, it don't look great, especially for the customer, because it doesn't do any harm, but obviously it doesn't look great, and it's meant to, a nice brick wall is meant to look great if it's cost you an arm and leg to have it put up. But that's all I can think it could be, mate. But other than that, I'm not sure. Joe, a bit early for me, mate. Oh, well, yeah, to eat a curry, mate. Yeah. As I said, I didn't have one in the end, mate. But it's just that thing when you only have to be a little bit hungry, and then someone, because you actually had it there, ready to eat. But you'd have to microwave it, mate. I think he doesn't mind eating it cold. But yeah, and he just kind of like thought, oh man, I could, because I like curry, obviously, and Yeah, when someone brings it to mind, that's what's it. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, but nice. Thanks for coming along, Joel. Nice to see you, mate. And I don't know if you are you on Wednesday night. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll wait for you to get back to me on that one. I I went down, put my caravan. I got a caravan up down in Chichester, and I don't tow it anywhere, but it's just been stored up there for the last 20 odd years, and I just go down there and use it. And the guy pulls it out, blah blah blah. And I had to go down there to put it to bed for the winter because the season's over. And had a shower. I went to sat there. Some of my friends were down there. Went and sat outside with them for a little while. And as soon as I had my shorts on, as soon as I got outside, and I'm not one for normally getting bitten by the old mozzies. They don't tend to be that keen on me for some reason normally. And having a chat, just a little drink, and then my old car started burning a bit, and I'm thinking, oh, I feel a bit. And I thought it might be the odd mozzie, but weren't much worried about it. Anyway, flipping hell, backs of me calves. Anyway, I got a massive attack of mozzies on them. But I think somewhere in a field, farmer's field, not that far away, judging by the smell that was there that particular evening, that they'd done a bit of muck slurry chucking across the fields for the crops. It's worth it, yeah, it's worth for the crops. It's a good cause. And I'm assuming that made more of them. More mozzies around, and so they've obviously been having a bit of feast on that and then attacking me. And I'm not kidding you, it's been 3 or 4 days. Has it been 3 or 4 days? Well, it's been long enough, and at night I just get woken up by it's not really a plastering related, but my calves have been itching and burning. Can't sleep properly, and keep waking up and putting cream on them, and then trying to go back to sleep again. But I think it's just about starting to ease off, so it's not quite as bad yet. But I've never had nothing like it. But I'm still here. My legs still seem to be all right. I don't think I've got any dodgy infections or nothing like that. But bloody mosquitoes. Right, where are we? I'm always hungry. Oh, that time you was eating a bar of bloody chocolate. It was a little while back, mate. I think it was a Lion bar, wasn't it? And then I think not just me, but half a dozen people going like, "Oh man, I really fancy a Lion bar now." Whether it's chocolate or curry, mate, what a combo! Lovely. Yeah, work's not too bad. It's ticking over at the minute. I always get a little bit apprehensive as the winter starts drawing close. Because some years I've been quiet leading up to Christmas. Some years I've worked right up to Christmas Eve, which is fantastic. Well, not that I like working right up to Christmas Eve, but it was nice to have that work there to kind of see you through like the new year. Because obviously, I mean, the new year does tend to go a little bit quiet, depending on your customers. But no, fairly good. I was saying earlier, I looked at a couple of jobs this morning that I got because I was off today. And when I'm off, like if I'm off on a Monday, I try and look at some jobs, do the quotes. I'm very good at putting my quotes off because I'm not using the proper system of getting quotes to people more or less instantly. So, but today I broke my tradition. I looked at the jobs. I got home. I did the quotes. I sent the quotes, and I got two lots of quotes that I did this afternoon. I've got positive responses back from both of those to start work, and booked them in the old diary. So yes, at the minute, mate, lovely jubbly. I'm pleased to say, because a busy working man's a happy man, as opposed to one that when times get a little bit hard, but you still got to pay them bills, especially when you've got kids, mate. And your little one is fantastic. So I've got 2 daughters. They're both grown up now, and the second one's about to get married this month, end of this month. Ooh. So yeah, so it'll be empty nest at this place after that, mate. So, but they do, like when you and Kirk, funny enough, have talked about spending time with your kids when they're young. They do grow up fast. You don't realise until you get to my age that how quick it goes by, and you kind of think, oh, flipping heck, and how fast your kids grow up, and then eventually obviously leave home. I mean, they left home and did uni and stuff, but then came back again, and they went separately because there's a 3-year gap between them. And yeah. But so make the most of that family time, mate. And I do believe in the work-life balance, without a doubt. Ah, friend of 8 week. That's you, Joel, as well, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, cool. You order that even when we have software. I do the same, mate. Sorry, Joel, I lost you there, mate. Hang on. Yeah. Walking it down the aisle. That'll be the second one. The first one's been married a few years now, and I've got 2 lovely little grandkids. And what are they, 1 and 5. Little boy, he's lovely. he's such a geezer, and a little girl, she's lovely too. And it's great, mate. It takes me back to when I had my kids, and like when I see yours and anyone else that's having babies at the minute, and think, it is lovely. There's nothing like it. Well, you know what it's like now. You've got one, mate. It's not something you can explain. That kind of like, you know, it is fantastic. Jane, I remember when you were born. All right, Jane. All right. Oh dear, I must be really young then, Jane, because you're of no age whatsoever, are you? So yeah. Grandad Eric with a 6-pack. Oh mate, I tell you, I've not seen that 6-pack for a couple of years. As you might see if you've seen any recent ads, pics with me without me top on, doing a bit of rendering or whatever, kind of think, oh yeah, where's his 6-pack gone? It's still under the fat. You know, I still try and keep enough exercise to keep the muscles kind of there, but they're just hidden. And yeah, and sadly, mate, as you probably know anyway, getting the 6-pack is all about diet. It's about getting the fat off your belly, so you can see the 6-pack, which is there, bruv. It's just, you know, just hidden. But yeah, I have got to keep promising, because I'm paying my flipping gym membership every month, so I must get back. Because I'm getting that point now. If I'm going to lose it all, now I'm hitting that kind of like 60s, and then going to start heading towards 70. Wow. But that's blooming 9 years away yet. If anyone didn't know, it was my birthday a little while ago, September 26th, and I was 61, or 42 as I like to call it, because that's roughly how I feel. Which ain't a bad thing. And there's a lot of how you can feel physically. Obviously a lot of it is to do with how you are physically, but there's so much of it is up here that you don't realise. Who's nearly 37? Who's put that? Oh, I'm nearly. I thought that said 13 for a minute there, Jane. I thought, hey, what? Who? 42. You know. Jamie, 42 on Wednesday. Oh, mate, well, we're kind of about the same age then. Right, mine's in my head and yours is for real. So, cool. Happy birthday for them, mate. I no doubt I'll see it pop up on the old Facebook, and I shall send you a message, bruv. Oh, which reminds me, it's one of my sisters' birthday in. Ooh, what day is it today? I've only got a couple of days or so to go. Must not forget, I've got 4 sisters, and I remember Sister June's birthday. Well, I know it's in June. But my other 3 sisters, I'm terrible with everybody's birthdays, but it's not nice. You shouldn't forget your sisters' birthdays. Yeah, and I won't forget my sister Sonia's, which is the 6th. I think the 6th of October, and she took me out for a curry with my other sister June on on the night of my birthday, I think it was, or the next day, and or was it the day before? Day before, which was my dad's birthday. Could he be 100 and something now? If he was still here, bless him. What a guy. Oh, cheers, everybody. Hmm. Oh, hang on, let's just pop them into there. Oh, we're breaking the internet tonight. We're breaking the internet tonight, boys and girls. I don't know if my computer can take the numbers. If you're not a regular and you've just joined us, I'm Eric the Plasterer. I've been a plasterer in South London for the last 38 years, nearly 39. Yeah, you can ask me any plastering related questions or anything else in general that you would probably ask me if we were just chatting in the pub, which is exactly what we're doing with myself and the boys and girls here at the Old Holcombe Trail Community Boozer. So, welcome. If you have just got here, put your feet up, have a drink, and let's have a chat. This is the laid back plastering asking channel, so it's very relaxed. There's no hurry, there's no rush. This is where you calm down after a busy, hard-working Monday, and I finish early enough that you can go on to about 8:30. Normally, it all going well, that you can go to bed early, or then you can watch television till later and then go to bed. Don't forget, you've got to get up early in the morning if you are spreading, and hopefully, and if you're outside, I really hope that it's nice and dry and not raining. Hang on. Oh. Jane, take care, Jane. Thanks for popping in. Did you get a takeout bottle of wine? I hope you did. Enjoy. Martin, hello, mate. You was late last time, weren't you? Was that you or was that someone else? Had to go to Screwfix. Oh, Martin, what for? What did you have to get in Screwfix? It was that important it wouldn't wait till tomorrow morning? Or is it something you forgot? What was it, mate? What was it, Martin? What did you get in Screwfix? Come on. Come on, I'm very keen to know, brother. Very keen to know. Oh, hang on. What did Jane put earlier? I remember many happy times with your parents. Wow. And sisters. Wonderful memories. And your dad played the piano brilliantly. Just a family full of talent. Dear. Pretty sure my dad was a bit more academic than me. Sealant for our house. Oh, okay, mate. Fair enough. Good to see. Hang on a minute. We just whip back through this. Is Mike here? Mike Smiler. Oh, I hope he's not working late again. I saw his name earlier, but not. Yeah, Mike had a couple of quite nice jobs today. He had a couple of patches behind radiators to fill. I told him he should do 1 each day, so as to not push himself. Oh dear. You see, I put a post up this morning. I think Mike was the first one to answer it. It was about 6:30, just after my missus had gone. And I just said, I don't like this. Is on my Discord server site. And I said, oh, I don't like getting up this early. It's still dark out and it's just, ooh, can't be good for your soul. And Mike replied straight away, so he was already up. He was on his second cup of tea. And I had a funny feeling he was probably already at work. Because I think Mike's missus he drops her off at work about 5 or 5:30. And as far as I know, that's every day. So and Mike's always seems to be at work, so they get on really well, which is great. So, guys, are you all coming? Are you all coming to Edinburgh? Is it definitely? Is it definitely on the cards? No, like we firmed up that date. We said we probably would firm up the 20th of May, 24. Anyway, so that so we can like book flights early, or trains, or hostels, or hotels. I myself am very looking forward to meeting you diamond geezers again, and any of the newbies that or guys that were hoping to come last year but couldn't, and that might come along this year. I'm having some t-shirts made, but I don't know how many just yet. Yeah, oh, I can't wait, Mark. I tell you, well, when I went back there for the Fringe, it was just yeah, just brought back memory. I was just thinking, oh yeah, but there's the booking office. No, it was lovely. It was lovely. Of course, I got off because we went by train. I got off the train, and that's the first thing I saw was the booking office. As you literally came up that same bit of ramp where you turn right, and the booking office is there on your right in front of you. I had to point it out to the missus. I said, "Oh, that's the booking office, the pub, not the actual booking office." And we met in there a few times, and it was good. Johnny, hello mate, where you been? So I confused myself because on this screen I've got the new messages popping at the top, and on the other screen, which is the normal screen you see when you're on YouTube, they come in at the bottom. So, even Eric, how's your fitness training going these days? Oh, Johnny, absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm in that one pull-up on my pull-up bar in the kitchen door, and I've got bars outside, like a proper bar up in the air jobby, and I've not been properly on that for, well, not last summer, that's for sure. I think I might have had one or two little goes on it, but not proper training. I'm paying for the gym membership, but like a lot of people do, which is how a lot of gyms make their money, and people that don't go. And I keep promising I've got to get myself back, and that is what I'm going to do, because I'm in that last throes of use it or lose it, or and you got to stay flexible, and you got to lift heavy weight. If you can lift heavy weight, like deadlifting and squats and stuff like that, and you can stay flexible, bend down, touch your toes, I can still put my hands flat on the ground, which is fantastic. I'm really pleased about it. If you do live to be older, you'll enjoy it a lot more if you can physically move around, and and let's face it, when you get really old, most people's issues are when they fall over and break something, because your bones obviously get a bit more brittle. But bearing weight is strengthens your bones. So to some degree, that would be like if you carrying some extra poundage for a little while, you can kind of think, well, carrying that extra weight is making my bones strong. So, but you can't rely on that for your whole life, just for sections of it. So yeah. So, but yeah, I'm going to get back into the. I keep saying every time I'm on, I'm even thinking, because my last video's done quite well. I'm even thinking of doing another video and getting it out there. Dear, you can see how posting videos up makes your channel grow. I had no new subscribers for a little while, and then I put that video on, and I think it's had nearly like 4,000 views, and got 27 or 29 new subscribers that have watched that video and then subscribed. So it does go to show, if you're operating a YouTube channel, not just to put your videos on to show customers, which is what it should be used for any guys that are plastering and have not got any kind of videos out there, especially as it's free. And yeah, lost the gist of what I was saying. It's an age thing. But you know what I mean. Anyway, so but yeah, it was something to do with YouTube, right? I've only had one beer, so it's not that. Yeah, that was it. So if you want your channel to grow, you have got to keep putting videos out there, which I suppose is fairly obvious to most people. But I don't know. Sometimes I look at Blaine Gray. He's pushing the 100,000, but that last few he needs to get up to that 100. I keep thinking, oh come on, it can't be much longer before he hits the 100,000 subscribers mark. But it is such a, and he's been at it about 10 years now, I think it is, something like that. It might be less, but our niche is only of a certain size. But then saying that, there's Charlie Colston. He's a brickie. He's got about a million subs. I remember watching him a while back. I mean, he's a good bricklayer. I'll give him that. But I mean, if I was into bricklaying, I probably enjoyed it more. But I kind of think, why has he got so many people watching him? But as even he said, and you don't. If you're trying to make money out of YouTube, a YouTube channel, it's not really the subscribers, it's the views that you get. You get paid for views, because the more views there are, the more advertising revenue YouTube make, and then the more you make out of your teensy little percentage that they'll give you out of that, unless you've got a huge channel. And there is a guy I saw, Ask the Builder, I think he's called, over in America. I think he'd been going quite a few years. I'd never seen him before, and he had about 150,000 subscribers. But then when I watched a few of his, I think he only does lives now, and his views were in the hundreds, which is a bit sad, but I don't think he cares. It's a little bit like me. I mean, I like it to grow, but you know. But yeah, and yeah, I watched a few of them, and I kind of thought, yeah, he's got so laid back that I'm not surprised. Although he did have that many subscribers, and still seems to have them, if people aren't watching anymore, then he'll have no revenue coming in from that whatsoever. That's worth having. That's for anyone that wants to know any details of one of the ways that YouTube works. But I like live streams as well. They don't get very good views. Or this one. This one doesn't. But even the popular ones, views are very subdued compared to if you put videos up. Because YouTube, although they don't particularly like this kind of lives, because it's awkward for them to stick the advertising into it. You can do, but they're not they're not keen, so they don't tend to push these things out as much as they might if it was a normal video. Anyway, I digress. That's not nothing to do with plastering, is it? Oh, excuse me. Not that matters. Oh, pardon me. Oh dear. Anything else happened to me? No, not that I can think of. Oh, Stuart. Sorry, mate, I didn't see you there. When did Stuart pop in? Evening, Stu. Anyway, mate, so I've got you over here, but I haven't got you over there. Am I going the wrong way? Sorry, guys. I just I can see Stuart on here, but I can't see him on me other diddly doodly. Oh, never mind. Mark, we'll get a spot with these brilliant interviews and the old walking trail. Yeah. I did my stint of interviews. I had some guy the other day commented on the interview I did with Kirk Giordano, and he wasn't very nice about Kirk, so I deleted his comment. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't, it just wasn't very nice. And I thought, if you're going to comment on my videos, mate, especially about other people, be nice about it, or don't bother. These trolls, what they like. Oh dear. So, well, if you're still there, Stu, somewhere, hello, mate. So I'm just having one more flick through because it's really bugging me. Joel, Mark, Joel, Mike, Joel, renovate. Oh, there he is. I'm watching straight off your Facebook page, mate. Oh, cheers, Stu. You're a diamond geezer, mate. Diamond geezer. Ah, dear. Ah. Right. So Stu, I've got this geezer up here. He gets interviewed really well by what's that fella's name? Stuart Roberts. That's it. He's good. You want to watch him, mate, and his channel. He's got a great. People forget. People get so engrossed with Facebook. Yeah, there you go. And Trout Talk being obviously the fantastic Facebook group that it is. There's nothing else like it for anyone else that doesn't know about it. Yeah, they forget about the old Trout Talk, the channel, YouTube channel. So, which is again is fantastic. A bit like Joel and his Renovate YouTube channel, as well as the Renovate Hub that Joel's got on Facebook. But it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. Is it? I'm assuming this all comes through loud and clear, Stu, on the old Facebook. All seems to be okay since I had a good old revamp of the pub, and because at one point it was going so pear-shaped. Yeah, hey. Plastering podcast. Let's talk cool. As I was saying, Stu, to the other guys earlier, it's only since watching that it really made me consider looking into it more. Generally, something like that, I'd think, oh, really, I'm past the spraying anything on a wall. But it was very, very interesting, and did more than I thought it actually could, which is great. I could be there now, sitting in that little bunker with the lads. Yeah, so that was great, and this is still obviously up on the channel and up on Facebook. Anyway, as is this, that was a good interview Joel did there as well, and Easy Mix is now available online at B&Q. Look at that, the magic of technology, eh? Oh, brilliant. Cheers, Joel. Cheers, Stu. Right, but yeah, I'm used up, fellas. I'm used up with what to chat about. Dear. Anything else exciting we can chat? What do you want to talk about? You've got to pretend we're just in the boot. Well, no, not pretend we're just in the pub because Danny's not here. Where's that? I've not heard from Danny lately. I've not seen her. Is it just me? I haven't seen many posts. It might just be me. Hopefully everything's hunky-dory. Because I know he got back from Turkey and that, and everything was good. Was good. Actually, saying that, I did think he did comment on someone's post. Was that today? But so he's still alive. He's still alive. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. As long as he's getting the results that he was hoping to. Not a lot, Martin. If I'm honest with you, I'm literally going from week to week on my jobs. They can't be I get stuff in, I do those. I pop in. I get a few calls coming in while I'm doing the jobs. Then I go and look at those, and I'm literally booking them in every couple of weeks, something like that. But yeah, I haven't booked work in like months ahead for a good while, which is well, probably kind of the way I like it, because I do like to, not that I can afford to, but I do like to think, oh yeah, I'm going to take that day off. And I think I've discovered as I get older, which what makes me think I kind of like, if I'm booking in work, I will leave a, well, normally, depends how busy it is, I'll make sure I'll leave a gap, that's a day off basically, before I start another job, if the bank will allow it. And when I see when I see obviously younger guys, but older ones as well, and they just seem to be at work again 7 days a week, bank holiday Mondays. It's kind of like, oh, I'm just doing this job on Sunday. I'm doing this job this Sunday. I just got back from this job on a Sunday night. Bank holiday Monday night. Just got back from this job. Just got back from another job, and I just think, flipping hell. Yeah. Don't burn out, fellas. Don't burn out, or that's probably why I'm injury free, isn't it? I don't work hard enough. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's why I got no issues. But I've noticed that big trail I had got with oh, the last one I got is 5 inches by 18, and I won't put anything on with it except skim. But even doing that, if I'm doing a lot of it, because you can get a lot on with it, which is nice. But I can feel that pressure of that in my wrist, especially because it's 5 inches across as well. And yeah, I don't think I would overdo it with that. You've got to be careful. I mean, you know these things as you go on through the spreading game as years go by. Stu, what's your typical work hours? I start at 8. I don't stop for lunch, and if it's all going swimmingly smoothly, I'll finish at 4. If it's a bigger job and I want to get it finished, especially the one-dayers, then I'll start at 8. I don't stop for lunch, and I'll go home when it's finished. Unless I've allowed it to run into a second day. If I book a job that's I should easily be able to do in 4 days, I leave the 5th one free, because if there's any issues at all, I've got that day to play with. Nothing worse than having to move people or ring people up and say, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm behind on this job, only by a day, so I've got to move you a day. Of course, you've got to move everybody. Well, unless you can, yeah. In some instances, you can't just catch up. You have to move everybody. So, and if I'm caught short, I've got that extra day to play with to finish the job off. Obviously, you're getting less money the longer you're spending on a job. But if I was going to be off anyway, it makes no difference. So, although I probably won't be retiring until I'm about 90, God willing, if I can live that long, you do. Oh man. Yeah, no, it's gone. He'll come back to me in a minute. Yeah. Anyway, what's talking about? Yeah, you got to be. You just got to be careful. I mean, when I was young, when I first started spreading, I was like 24. And between 24 and into my 30s, probably, I'd happily do 6 days a week. Sometimes I did 7, but not on any kind of regular basis, because just one day just rolls into the next, and you don't get the Sunday night blues when you work 7 days a week, because it's just another day, and that is the only thing it had going for it, including the money, but no time to spend the money because you're at work. And it's easy to talk about getting a work-life balance, and some entrepreneurs that are not in our game are kind of like, oh no, work-life balance, it's all rubbish, you know, if you want to make it, you've got to just go flat out. which might be true, but depends what you want out of life. Because at your funeral, guys, they won't be going, "Wow, he was one hell of a spread." Well, they might, in a kind of endearing terms, but it don't really matter how good a spread you are or how much money you've earned. It's the memories made. It's the family and friends connection through your life. You know, trust me. This is coming from a geezer that's getting old, and yeah, you've got to get your priorities right, without a doubt. Without a doubt. No, you're not getting any richer for working 7 days a week. At the end of the day, you just start slogging yourself, and what I probably did, like a lot of spreads do, you earn more money, you can quite easily just spend more money. You start like living to what's the terminology for it? But basically, whatever you earn, you just up your spending. You're kind of like, oh, well, I'm earning great money, so yeah, I'm going to go out and treat myself to something that might be worth treating yourself to, you know, if it's but on occasion. But when you start thinking, well, you know, I'm working 7 days a week. If I want to spend so, I'll just go and like blow money on it. Especially when you're younger, you don't tend to think about. I mean, when my dad used to say to me when I was obviously a lot younger, starting spreading, son, you know, you want to think about your pension. You think, I don't think so, Dad. I want to think about getting myself a soft top sports car, with a Spitfire, for 400 quid I think it cost me. I got all the way out of Oxford to pick it up. Yeah, I don't want to save my money. I want to spend it. I'm young. I want to have a good time, and I did have a good time, which is true. But yeah, and then suddenly, you know, you can fast forward, zoom up to about 60, and 30 to 60 is frighteningly fast. But of course, you don't know that. I didn't know that when I was 30. And if you're about 30 something, you don't know that either until you get to where I am now, and then you'll go, shit. Excuse my French. But so yeah, you've got to get your priorities right. You've got to work-life balance. What you say, it's different for different people. Success is different for different people. But success isn't money orientated, and the more I listen to a lot of podcasts, and the more people that are earning silly money, once they started earning it, I'm talking about your millionaires, then they suddenly realise, well, I've got that now, and the things I thought I wanted, because I couldn't have them, now I've got them, where do I go from here? And then they just, if they're entrepreneurs, they just pursue, well, I've sold that business, I've got it into the bank, I need to do something else, I'll start another business and see what I can do with that and how big I can grow it. And I just kind of think, but you need entrepreneurs in the world, or nothing would get invented or done. And you also need people that stay a bit more skint. Because if everyone was a millionaire, no one would empty your bins, and there'd be no one working in the supermarket, there'd be no one stacking shelves, there'd probably be no mechanics getting all greasy working on cars apart from their own, if they were loaded and they enjoyed being a mechanic for themselves. Be nobody to do anything, because everyone doing alright. So yeah, it's all swings and roundabouts. Mark, when the kids were growing up and wouldn't work weekends or bank holidays, still not too keen on them. You do the odd ones now then, Marky, didn't you? Oh, if people, I go to see, I go to look at jobs, Mark, people go, well, a few, not too many of them, but quite a few people go to me, oh, do you work weekends? And I go, no. I say, I'm too old, so I don't do Saturdays, I don't do Sundays. I work Monday to Friday if I have to. But that's it. Very occasionally I'll work a Saturday, whether this depends on the circumstances, who it's for, what needs to get done or be finished, and I'll do it. Especially if I've been quiet during a week, and a job comes up and they really want it done, need it done on a Saturday. I think, well, if you've been off for a few days during the week, then flipping work Saturday. You know, that's fair. But if you're working through from the Monday through to the Friday, then if you're not earning, you're not charging enough money if you have to work Saturday and Sunday. And if you are charging enough money, yeah, I just love the job to a silly amount, or you never got enough. What's enough? But yeah, when your kids, when you've got your kids and they're young, that's when you definitely need to. If you're a 7-day-a-week man and bank holidays, that's when you need to curb it. And generally, naturally, most people do, but not all the time. And I can't say from experience you regret it if you don't, because that's what I did. I spent time with the missus, time with the kids as they were growing up. Because I remember my firstborn, I couldn't wait for her to be 6 months old, so she was a bit more stocky and I didn't have to worry about her. And now she's married and I've got 2 kids. She's got 2 kids that are, well, yeah, 5 and 1. And I just kind of think, wow. I'm in this Saturday and off on Monday. Fair enough, mate. Yeah, if you're going to work Saturday and you got the Monday off, then yeah, fair. I'll let you have that. Ian, hello, mate. If I had £1 million, I would spend most of it on cocaine and hookers, and the rest I would waste. Yeah. I can't comment, mate, as my missus does occasionally watch Ask the Plasterer, as do my girls. But yeah. Dear. We're getting like £1 million ain't what it was, is it? I mean, back in the day, I remember my mum and dad used to do the pools, I think. And if you won £1 million, that's it. You were kind of like, wow, the houses and the cars and all that stuff you could blow it on. But now, like, you know, a really nice house they cost millions of pounds, don't they? As do some cars, come to that. Martin, Eric, that of us in the background has 2021 on it. What does it say, 2021? 27/11, 20. Oh no. What are you looking at? What are you looking at, Martin? Joel, trying to work 3 days on, 4 off. Yeah, I tell you what, mate. If you can work that kind of system where you can achieve something like that. I know, but like you said, mate. Back in the day when I was still quite a freshman as plastering went, and I met a couple of the guys that were really good at selling, and one of them was meant to be quite good at plastering and was going to be doing the plastering side initially with me, and they got us. We said, right, let's go for it. Got loads of work in, more than 2 guys could handle. Then the guy I was working with, turns out he wasn't such a good spread after all, which really put pressure on me. And we employed a couple of other guys, not like self-employed, and the stress of it was an absolute nightmare. I got rash on my hand. I might have told you this before. I've got rashes on my hands, rashes on my feet, and they're all stress related to trying to run a business. I earned less money when I had some guys working for me, and more stress than I was just on the tools on my own. And eventually that's what I went back to, and my rash on my hands and my feet disappeared overnight, and I didn't feel like topping myself after I quit that. But prior to that, man, yeah, just wasn't for me, and I didn't have enough experience at the time, and although I could have handled it a lot better in later life, like Joel says, it depends what you want out of life and how much, how far you want to go with. I mean, some guys are born sort of entrepreneurial kind of attitudes. Some want a massive business, but like Joel said, I think in one of his last interviews, it's more the mindset of being if you have a good salesman, probably, to run a business, as opposed to being a good plasterer, because you could be a good plasterer and really crap at running a business. This is what Joel said, and it's so true. It is so true. But I'm glad I didn't pursue it again. I made enough money over the years to keep going, but for more money than I would have done if I'd have stuck with trying to run a business with more than me in it, or me and a labourer at the most. And and the stress of finding work as well to keep people busy or telling them there isn't any. Ian, Eric, you better move your dog. I think his arse is burning. Mate, he's used to it. That's the thing about these digital dogs. They got no sense or feeling. A bit like a real one. my old dog, she used to. We got a log burner, and before that we had a real fire, and she would sit so close to it, and you think, oh, she'll move if she gets too hot, and she wouldn't. And you go over, and you touch like near her back there, and it would be roasting, and you literally have to shove her away from the fire. Go, look, don't be stupid, dog. So really, he's being a typical stupid dog. Oh dear. Oh, my father-in-law bought me some brandy for my birthday, so that'd be rude not to drink some. Look over here. If you've not been here before, I'm Eric the Plasterer. This is Ask the Plasterer. This is the community boozer, the Old Falcon Trail, where although you can ask questions, we generally just have a chat in here. It's the local plasterers pub, and also DIYers and time served tradesmen and guys new to the game. But there's a lot of the regulars, and mostly we're all looking forward to. Oh, you put that. Happy 70th birthday. Yes, I'm gonna block you now, Ian. If that was aimed at me. Oh dear. Oh, you're getting in early, mate. I've got 9 years to go yet. 9 years to go, thankfully. Oh dear. Hang on. Yeah. I think YouTube's on a meltdown near. It's nearly double figures on the YouTube. And who's that? Someone's watching me still on. Is that you, Stu? On Facebook. But it's about just being able to come in. What I'd like to be able to do when we do Ask the Plasterer like this is just like properly just chill out, because obviously sometimes I can get a bit stressed about got stuff to talk about, obviously, but yeah, just to actually I think I can shrink myself down a little bit. Hang on. If I shrink it too much, then you'll get actually I can't remember what I got underneath that. Let's have a look. Oh, that's an old day. Oh, there's me doing doing a bit of plastering. But yeah, but I'm going to put up a few. I'm going to do a few more videos. I'm not going to kill myself, but yeah, when the work's there and the jobs are easy enough to set up the camera and get on with it. It's just some other jobs. If you've got a lot of pressure and the room is full of furniture, which you have to walk around if you're not doing the ceiling. I've noticed that on quite a few jobs. If I'm not doing the ceiling, people just like shove everything into the middle, which is fine if you've got enough room for your bucket and your tools, but not so great when you haven't. Dear. And then to try and rig up a camera, yeah, it's just not happening. That's Martin. It was you, Martin. I don't know on that picture. The only dates I can see on there, they're timestamps for when people put a message up. I don't think it's the I don't think it's the date. I don't think anything else is up there with the date on. Don't forget in future, guys, as well, you can you can ring me on this number up here. 07516214983. I tell you, the first time I did Ask the Plasterer and I put a phone number up there, I thought I was going to get inundated with troubles. But thankfully it didn't happen. Is there anything good on the telly? Right, are there any other pearls of wisdom that I can teach you as an older fella? Don't use too big a trowel. Try and go to the gym. Don't drink too much beer. I tell you what, mate, the warmth I'm feeling in this here pub. This fire might as well be real because I'm there, kind of like yeah, feeling quite warm and chilled out. Oh dear. And could you do a tutorial on mixing finish with a stick and podger? 4 bags. 4 bags worth should do it. Just so the youngsters can see how hard we had it. I tell you what, I did before was a spread. I had to do some labouring. There's a building site, it was a proper site work up in Guildford. They were building loads of new flats or masonettes, I don't know what they were now. And yeah, there were no whisks at the time, and that was all like either mixing up in a bathtub, the bonding, browning, or finished, as you say, in buckets and a podger. And it's bad enough if you're working with one guy that's pretty fast, but when there's 2 to 3, possibly a 4th fella, and they're screaming at you if there's any lumps in it, and chucking it on the floor and telling you to mix up some more. Yeah, it was hard, mate. It was hard. Proper grafting. And the kind of homemade podger, I mean, the best podger was kind of like a decent stick with a handle and a big kind of bike pedal cog properly bolted to the bottom. But we used to make things out of like bent steel and put some expanding metal lathe stretched across the bottom for knocking out the lumps, which did a good job. But after a while of going for it, the little metal things you use to kind of basically bits of wire to tie it on with, they'd start breaking, and the old bit of expanding metal lathe would be doing this flip flapping when you're trying to knock the lumps out, and you think, I haven't got time to, although it would probably be quicker to try and repair it so I can be faster. But if you were doing that, wow, you get shouted at worse than if you was a chef and Gordon Ramsay was your boss. So and the first time when I eventually could afford to and bought a whisk once they were on the scene, absolute game changer, you do, I do knock it. I've got a sand and cement mix that I haven't used in donkey's years, because the big tough tubs, knocking up sand and cement, as long as you put the water in first with a mega mixer, is like refiner. I've always called it refiner. It's just like, it knocks it up. The torque in it is fantastic, and you can knock up a lot of gear with one of those. I mean, if you're knocking up for 3 or 4 guys, or like Mark Skang does, then yeah, you need a cement mixer really. But if you're working on your own, you don't need one. If you've got a mega mixer, refiner mega mixer, absolute beautiful bit of kit, solid as a rock, and lasts forever. Well, nearly forever. Got to change the whisks every now and again though, when they wear away, especially if you're doing sand and cement. This week I'm plastering. Where am I tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going back to a job where I did all the walls. I gave the guy a price for the walls and the ceiling, and he did ask me if I could reduce it, but I don't reduce my prices. And I said, well, I'll come and do the walls for the larger part of the amount, because that was the bigger job, and I'll come back and I'll do the ceilings for what's left. And I did the walls. Nice guy, paid me up, no problem. And I'm going back there tomorrow to put the ceilings on. One of them is R-text. It's like whole stairs and landing, but it's not too big, and the walls are all done already, so that's just the ceiling parts. I'm going to do that, and then Wednesday I'm going to do a room over in, what's that now? I forget where I'm going half the time. Mrs. says, "Where are you working tomorrow?" And I go, "Hang on, I have to look it up. I can't remember." Yes, I've got a room that's just skimming. There's a decorator waiting on that one. And then after that, I've got a couple more rooms to skim, a couple of bedrooms in a detached place over Kingston way. So, yeah, but it's all nice indoor work, and apart from bonding and beads, it's generally just skimming. So, and let's face it, out of everything you could be doing, skimming's about the the most relaxing, especially if, like me, you shove some extra time in it and go, yeah, just nice and relaxed, nice and relaxed. Let's not kill myself. Let's not kill myself. I did, Ian, I don't know if you've seen my, it wasn't that much stuff, but that black and white learn to plaster video I did, me flat cap and me pipe, and I'm pretending to mix up with a stick and a podger there. Have a look at that if you haven't seen it, mate. It's in black and white. It's very crackly, but it was designed that way, obviously, to make it look old. Make it look old, like me. Funny enough, I look the part in it. Oh dear. Yeah, learn to plaster, I think it's called on my channel. I did an advert for Mark Shepherd for Easy Mix using the same like character. But yeah, I found it quite funny, but yeah, the views on it were rubbish compared to my other videos. Some people, they've got no time for a bit of humour. Now, one guy I'm following over in the States, he's a runner, and his production of his videos is fantastic. Technology-wise, he obviously knows what he's doing. But I was kind of like, how many people are going to watch running videos? And he's, and he did a couple of technical ones about Apple Watches and stuff, and they got really good viewing figures, and the running ones didn't. So I thought, a running channel can't be that great. And then I looked up some other guys with running channels doing more or less the same thing as this guy, and they've got absolute hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And you think, well, what have they got? That this guy hasn't. What are they doing? What's the, if they were famous runners, I understand that. But I've never heard of these fellas. And so I'm thinking, mate, yeah, crack on with it, mate. If they've managed to do it and you persevere for long enough, like in a lot of things, then you'll probably crack it in the end. But, right, guys, it's nearly half-8, so I might as well knock it on the head. But it's been lovely to see you once again. I look forward. Don't forget to start booking stuff in. I'm going to talk to Stu about putting the post up, Mark, on the Trail Talk about the Plasterers Convention next year, and see if any more of the guys want to come along, or some of the ones that couldn't make it last year. Joel had a great excuse, that's fine. But I think it's only Joel that had the best excuse. So. Anyway, I love you, leave you. Thanks for coming along, and I will see you in 2 weeks' time, or regular guys, I'll see you on Discord for our usual chats and pics, and yeah, I'm going to go and have a chat with the missus before we get ready for bed. I think, have I eaten my dinner already tonight? No, I had a snack earlier, but I didn't have proper dinner. So hopefully there'll be that to look forward to in a minute. I will, Mark. I'll get the event created, mate, and we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. Cheers, Jamie. Nice to see you, mate. Happy birthday for Wednesday. And but I'll tell you before that anyway. Cheers, Joel. Love you, man. You take care and keep up the good work, brother. Keep up the good work. Mike, oh hello, mate. Did I miss you earlier? Or have you just got in from work? That job you had on today did look a bit tough. I'll see you on the Discord server, mate. I'll see you on Ask the Plasterer Discord server. This is me once again looking for the I'm going home button. And I'll leave these people in the pub in peace. I'll give I'll give Jose there the rest of the night off because his arms must be killing him. He's forever making cocktails for people. Dear. See you soon, peeps. See you soon.